So the other day, I was sitting here working, and I got an email from a young lady who wanted me to take a look at her tarot deck and do a review. So that's exactly what we're going to do. She gifted me this beautiful deck for the purposes of doing an honest review. So that is exactly what we're going to do right now. My name is QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to everybody and everybody who might like it as well. Please drop us a positive comment in the comment section. And if you want to get your own reading done, please email me and I'll be happy. As a matter of fact, you can email me, you can hit me up on social media, and I'll be so happy to give you a reading. All my information is underneath this video. Let's see, you can also find underneath this video the mat. There's a beautiful mat underneath where I do my readings, and it's from the Ascension Life brand. It's a phoenix. You can't see the whole thing because I got so many things on top of it, but it's great quality, and the link to that will be on top, and then you will see the link to these deck, and then you will see all of my information. So let's get started. All right, so it's called Tarot Cards Find Your Destination. So upon first examination, it looks like to me it's going to be a more masculine deck. Now, mind you, that doesn't mean that women aren't into cars and trucks and things like that. I know women who are mechanics. I know women who drive trucks. I know women who are just into cars and go to car shows. I know women who restore old cars, all of the above. So it's not just a man thing, but I do see a lot of masculine energy around it. I'm also kind of intimidated because I don't know anything about cars. So as somebody who knows nothing about cars, we're getting ready to see if I'll be able to utilize this deck. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is show you the box it comes in, because the box is very important. You can screenshot the back if you want to. And what I love is it has that magnetic opening on the side. Perfect. Beautiful inside. And it's hard as a rock. So this is going to last quite some time. Here is our guidebook, glossy. Our guidebook is cool because it is in the upright and the reverse. It's not in color though, but there are some fun facts in here. And in the back you can take notes. There's more fun facts, and there are some spreads back here. So awesome guidebook, and it's a nice size too. It's not just a little flimsy white book, so that's good. We're going to take the very first card. And as you can see, they are about the same size as a standard tarot card. This isn't the first card. This is the last card actually. But I just wanted to show you guys the size. So it's a decent size, standard size. They're not too thick. They're not too thin. Nice snapback. These are the backs. As you can see, beautiful backs. Awesome choice for the backs. And let me show you something else that I really love. They're edged in black, but it's a shiny kind of black. Isn't that cool? I love that. The whole card is shiny, and I love that. Now, I had to turn off the light because of that. So if you're going to be photographing these or using them, you know, like videos like I do, you're going to have to do it in good enough light that you don't need the camera's light. Okay, this is awesome. So the first thing I see here is you see the number of the card is at the bottom. The name of the card is at the top. But it tells you where the card is, where the car is from. And this one is a 1966 Ford Thunderbird, and it's from the movie Thelma and Louise. So I think that's really cool. And look at how it has the tarot symbolism here. So you have the car and you have it, jumping off, but you also have the traditional tarot symbolism. And at the bottom, you have keywords. So this is cool too, because if you flip it around, when it comes up in the reverse, there's a keyword there. So for people who read reversals or who want to read reversals, but you really don't have the time to dedicate to memorizing them in the upright and the reverse, this could be very helpful, because if it's reversed, you can just read it right there like that. So this is really awesome. Let's get into it. So again, I think they're going to be awesome for shuffling. Because of their size, they're going to be great for smaller hands. They're going to be great for shuffling. And the shuffling is really important, because if I can't shuffle, I'm not going to reach for that deck. If I can't shuffle easily, I'm not going to reach for the deck. I already know myself. And then you see, again, the classical tarot symbolism. Here's our magician. So if you're somebody who's a beginner, you'll be able to use this, because you're getting ready to see on all of these, there is some traditional tarot symbolism. So if you're using a book that has the Rider-Waite-Smith, you'll be able to use this. I love this so much. The show Bewitched was one of my favorites. I think that you guys know I'm not normally a border person, but I do think that the inclusion of the information was a very good touch, especially the reversal. That was a very intelligent decision. Remember I talked about the masculine energy. I am seeing, like here, I'm seeing this is the feminine. So I am seeing the feminine as well. But I do get a very masculine feel from this deck. I think this will be a great deck for people to use with my clients, the men especially, and anybody who's into cars. But you don't have to be, because as I'm looking at these cars, I don't know any of these cars. I might have seen them on the street or something like that, but I don't know any of these cars. But I mean, it's not hard for me to get the point. Clearly, this is built for the Pope. So the 5 is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is usually a Pope or a religious figure. So it makes perfect sense to me how they, combined it. So I don't have to be a car expert to really enjoy this deck. Another thing I like about this deck is the movies. Several of these have mentioned a movie. And I'm like, oh, I've seen that movie. So that adds some more richness to it. And it also makes me think to myself, some of these movies I should go watch again. Like Shallow Hal. I haven't watched Shallow Hal for I don't know how long. So it will be fun to see if I can find it. I love how the strength card is a safari truck. And the strength card is always about, it always has a lion. There's a lion sitting right there. So there's always a lion. So that was a fun choice. So whoever did this had to have been really smart, because they were able to not only connect the car with tarot, which was a feat in itself, but then also make it match the keywords. So this is definitely somebody who understands tarot. Some of the times people make decks that really don't understand tarot, and it shows, because the associations don't match properly, or they vaguely match or something like that. Some of the times people make a deck just for a cash grab. You guys know, like with anything else in the world, some things are just a cash grab for some people. So some of the times they don't really do the best job. But this particular company is really awesome. They're awesome with this. I think this deck is really great quality from what I've seen so far. I'm impressed with the book and with the box. And I'm also impressed with the colors. I love the black. I think the black was a great choice, front and back and the edges. Great choice. And I love the choices that they're making, like the cop car, being justice. I mean, that is really awesome. From Mr. Bean. I remember Mr. Bean. This deck gives me a lot of nostalgia. I'm feeling a very strong sense of nostalgia as I'm going through these. But it's interesting because you also have a lot of diversity because you have different cars, you have different time periods. Some of them are like from the 20, I just saw one from like what, 2020, 2021, and all the way back to like the 1800s. So that's really cool. We're seeing different types of vehicles for different types of people too. Like for example, some of these, like in the pinnacle suits, I'm looking ahead, and some of these in the pinnacle suits are like cars for like work, which is what I would expect from pinnacles. I would expect pinnacles to be practical cars. Now this is from the movie Christine. I have got to watch that movie again. I don't remember it. I just remember the name of it. So now I'm like, you know what? This deck is making me want to watch some old movies too. So it's making me want to watch old movies. And it's educating me. So this is awesome. I love a deck that teaches me something. So for those of you who want to learn about these cars, a little bit more about these movies, you know, watching the movies would be good. The cars themselves, I mean, you know, you have the name and the year of it. You can go ahead and Google them, maybe read some more about them if you see a car that you like. This is a cool choice for the moon. The moon roving vehicle, smart choice. Very smart choice. And it's cool because, like I said, you have different walks of life. You know, you have luxury cars here. You know, you have, look at this one, a solar power vehicle. So that's kind of like that whole idea, like, I would say science fiction, but it's here. Like, people are buying cars like these already. So energy cars ran by energy and things like that. I don't know about solar power, but I know if it's not already out, it's definitely in the woodworks because I saw those when I was in school. You know, my teacher, you know, was talking about them back in like 9th grade. Awesome. And I love the fact that they have the reversals on here. It makes it so much less intimidating for people who want to know how to use the reversal. Awesome. Now she said on the back of that box, all of the aces are the first of their kind. So this is the first car ever built. 1886. Oh, by Mercedes-Benz, that company? Oh, they did the first car. Okay. Wow, we've come a long way. Look at that. Wow. Self-love. We've come a long way, man. Look at the first car. Wow, that's pretty decent. Now, this one is cool because if I'm not mistaken, those earlier cars only fit one person. So now in this one, looks like you can fit a second person. So it makes good sense for the Two of Cups. Awesome. Yeah. I love that. This cup suit, these seem to be more luxury cars. And I would expect, they seem to be luxury and they seem to be older cars too. And see, from the cup suit, I would expect that. Cups is emotion, you know, emotion, feeling, vibration, nostalgia comes up with the cups too. So I see a lot of these cars are older. So I'm definitely feeling that vibration. The cups is my favorite suit, so I'm always going to connect with it immediately. And I like how they continue using traditional tarot symbols in each and every card. It's something in every single one. I love that because, like I said before, if you're a beginner, that's going to be very helpful. Did I show you the keyword in this one? I don't think I did. There was too many choices. Now we have the Eight of Cups, and the keyword here is move on. Oh, that's decent. My. Now I see why people get into cars, because they're really attractive. I've had several cars, but I stopped driving. I stopped. I know how to drive. I'm actually a really good driver, but I stopped driving. Oh my goodness, a long 2012. I stopped driving in 2012, as a matter of fact, because I figured out that you know, with ride share services like Uber and Lyft and all that, I figured it was cheaper, safer, and I did not have to pay for parking. I added it up one day, and I had saved like $30,000 up until that point in car insurance and car maintenance and gas. And I was like, I'm not driving no more. That was it. I was like, I am not driving anymore. That was the end of it. I never drove again. I sold my car and have not driven ever since. So for me, it was something that I was just like, yeah, okay, whatever. But I tell you what I did like about driving as an Aquarius. I really enjoyed the freedom. I really enjoyed with driving. I enjoyed the freedom of leaving when I wanted to. I love that, because like when you know, get a ride share, you have to wait for it to come get you, right? If you have your car, you just walk to your car and, you know, keep it pushing. So that was the one thing I did really like about driving, was the freedom. The freedom was awesome. But once I realized that I was only really shopping once or twice a month, and I mean, the car I wasn't using it. It was just sitting there. I'm paying insurance on a car that I'm not even really driving. So that was that. However, looking at these and seeing the years that they're from and the movies and all the nostalgia that it's bringing back, it's making me want to drive. I'm like, maybe I should rent a car and go for a spin. But I would probably get a sports car. I've never had a sports car. So I probably would get a sports car just for the fun of driving it. Maybe I'll do that the next time I go to Philadelphia. Next time I visit my family. I remember this. My uncle had this van. My uncle, I think two of my uncles had this van. And my daughter's grandfather, he had a similar van. Might not have been the same year, but it was definitely a similar van. I love how they have them from different years, because that's giving me age diversity. So I'm getting age diversity, I'm getting class diversity, which also goes with race diversity. I'm getting all kinds of diversity. And I love their choice not to have people in the cars at all. So it's just about the car. I love that. Now this would be the first delivery van. They said all the aces are the first. So can you imagine, this was the first delivery van? The first one that didn't need a horse to drag it. That is so cool. I was wondering what kind of car the King of Pentacles would have. The King of Pentacles has a 2022 Mercedes Benz. That's beautiful. The gold color. Whoo, that's nice. Yeah, I would imagine the King of Pentacles in that. And not driving it. Sitting in the back while somebody else was driving it. Living beyond your means. So if it comes up reverse, King, you might need to get you a smaller car. Here's our Knight of Pentacles. I like this. It's from the A-Team. The A-Team was an old movie that was a movie. It might have been a movie too, but it was an old show that was out when I was a kid. And the only person in the whole cast that you might know is Mr. T. Mr. T was famous for a long time before and after the A-Team. He was famous for his mohawk haircut, and he was famous for wearing so many gold chains. I mean, like, he must have had on like 30 gold chains. It was like crazy. And this is from Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo was my show back in the day. Imagine my surprise to grow up to find out that Scooby and Shaggy were stoners. I never knew that. As a kid, I did not know that. That goes to show how naive children are. Because as a child, I had no idea that they were stoners. I did not know that. I thought they was just hungry. I thought they just liked snacks. I like snacks. I was kind of chubby though. That should have been my first clue. Like Shaggy likes snacks, but he's really thin. So, maybe it's not, he not greedy like you. That's what I should have been thinking. Maybe it's something else. It's not just him liking snacks. But yeah, I had no clue. Grew up to find out that they were stoners. Which makes it all that more satisfying at this point in my life. But I just think that that's a funny fact. Awesome. These old ones are my favorite. I mean, the new ones are really cool too. You know, they're really good looking. But these old ones are my favorite because it's just bringing back so many memories. When I was a kid and I used to watch TV, there was always old movies on. I don't know if they're still on now. Like, I think that every generation, your old movies change. So you guys might be watching movies from the 80s and 90s and calling them old movies. But when I was a kid, movies from the 50s and 60s, we're talking about like Greta Garbo, Betty Davis, Joan Crawford, all those old stars, Clark Gable, those were our old movies. And westerns with like John Wayne in them. You know, that was our old movies, you know. So a lot of these cars I remember seeing in those old movies. Gone with the Wind is another famous old movie. So all those old movies, you would see those cars. And like cars, some of these I grew up with. Neighbors might have had them or family members. So it's so much nostalgia going on here. Now this is a first. The first what? The first quadricycle? I've never even seen a quadricycle. What is that? Awesome. Okay. Yeah, this deck is really cool. I would give this deck a 10 out of 10 because it has great usability for beginners. And if you're somebody who's not a beginner, this is really great for like somebody who knows how to read because these are going to be easy to read. I would snatch this deck when I want answers to a question and I don't want a lot of words, a lot of feeling, a lot of emotion. Just give me the answer. That's what I mean by masculine energy. For me, masculine energy fixes problems. Whenever I tell my male friends about a problem, they automatically try to tell me ways to fix it. That's what I feel from this deck. Like it's going to quickly, easily tell me how to fix things. That's what I'm getting from it. And I like that. And I would grab this deck when I want a quick answer. I think it's going to shuffle like a dream, which really excites me. Because for me, shuffling is one of the most important things. It looks good. The box is awesome. The card stock is amazing. There's diversity even in the cards and the classes themselves. I mean, it's just awesome. And I really like this because I'm looking at the wands right now. And all of the wands have fire in the background. And I'm looking backwards to see the cups had water. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. The cups had water. The pentacles had earth. And now we're seeing the wands have fire. And the swords had mountains. So that air energy. So I like that choice too. That was a cool choice. I didn't even notice it until now. So in the backgrounds, you can see the elements. So you have everything that you would need in here to read these cards. You have the matching of the card itself with the keywords and the meanings and the, you know, the energy of the card. And you have the elements. You have the upright and the reverse. This is great for a collector who has unique decks too. Like I like to collect decks that nobody else has or decks that you don't see that much. I hope this becomes a more popular deck though, because I really do feel like a lot of people can utilize this, but it's very unique. I've never seen a Cards Tarot. There might be one, but I've never seen it. And I think that this is an awesome idea. I think it's an awesome idea, and I think it's very well executed. I think it's a 10 out of 10. I'm really glad she sent it to me. And I told you guys I was intimidated by it because I was like, am I even going to be able to understand this deck? And it's speaking to me. It's speaking loud and clear. It's speaking loud and clear. Like as soon as I look at it, I'm like, yeah, okay, I got you. I know exactly what you're saying to me. Now this would be the ace. Okay, so this is the first of its kind. Ooh, wow, let's take a good look at that. Wow. Decent. Distracted. What year was this one? 1896. Okay. This is gorgeous. And it's very, very King of Wands energy. A Tesla too. So that concept of innovation. The King of Wands is always an innovator, a leader. So yeah, that's cool. This is decent. I love that. I would drive that. I like that a lot. Page. I like that too. Flip it around. Reevaluate your plans. I really, really wanted this. This is the last card. I used to always want this particular card. I wanted it in pink though. So we're going to look at this one and see what it says about our Queen of Wands card. Yep, I wanted the same model, the same year, pink. The truck. That's exactly. It was on my vision board. Let me see the other side of it. What's the reversal? Introspection. Yeah, I wanted this. It was on my vision board and I was going to manifest it, but then I stopped driving. So I just decided never mind. But maybe I'll manifest one with a driver one day. Who knows? So this one says the upright. Determination, will, resoluteness, fortitude, and purposefulness. If you get it reversed, it means introspection, meditation, contemplation, self-examination, and self-reflection. Awesome. Now, we're going to take a look at one more. We have a little bit of time. We're going to take a look at, I want to look at the devil because I haven't seen Christine in so long. I want to see what it says about it. So that's our devil card. Okay. Put that right there. Alright, devil, what you want to tell us? Alright, so it says definition. A tempter, often used as an interjection, an intensive or a generalized term of abuse. Oh my. Your shadow self is not your enemy. It is a part of you that becomes your adversary when you don't heal yourself from past traumas, create unproductive habits, or live an unhealthy lifestyle. Once you change your life, your shadow becomes your ally. If it is reversed, the devil in reverse is an excellent sign that you are headed in the right direction. You're having a breakthrough, freeing yourself from whatever negative things you have been attached to. Great job. Get those monkeys off your back and live a productive life. So I'm definitely going to watch Christine because I want to know what it's about and what it has to do with this car. Now I'm feeling really curious. So guys, underneath this video, please check out the link to this deck. Please go look at it. I highly recommend it. I really like it a lot. I am going to have a tendency to probably use this with my male clients or my female clients that are into cars. That'd be fun to send them the pictures when I take their when I do their readings. And I may even do like a little extended study of this. This is great for an extended study, like where you pull one card a day and learn about that car or that movie or whatever the case is, whatever you want to know about. So I think that's really cool too. It could be 6 weeks or it can be, you know, a year-long study. Different people do extended studies. A daily pull would be fun with this deck too. Like if I had pulled this card for today, I would definitely want to watch Christine. And it also says your dark side. So I would be looking at my shadow today. So that's cool too. So I really love this deck. I'm really glad that the young lady contacted me. Thank you very much for this gift. And I really enjoy this. And I think that more people need to take a look at this. I want to see this in the community. This is cool. I get so tired of seeing the same decks over and over again. Let's get some new things going in 2023. All right, guys, you come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.